But when I saw you standing with two crests over there, what you were discussing with them?
Hila, I was not telling them anything about loving you. I was telling them about CDC due payment.
I thought not true. I know that CDC due payment over.
No, did I? Enough finish yo. Now let me can explain the whole due payment to you. That program they had on April 12th is just to tell all sedition, reaction, and sympathizers that we will start paying due for now to 2030 and all the way.
So I want to ask you, they wait some more not there. How will care what you book?
Abolida, the thing is, just go straight to CDC party headquarters and you request for your book. The people will give it to you. Anytime you go there, the people will be there. Don't worry yourself. In fact, the people get a mobile money number. If you file or you know you can make it, just send it straight on your mobile money number. And as soon as you send it on the mobile money number, the people will send your receipt straight on your website, or you go pick up your receipt and your due book right to your district office. I mean, the district that you live in. You can also pay to the bank. You can go to UPA or GT Bank. When you finish paying that money, they will give you one pink paper. Then you will carry it to the party headquarters or your district office. Then the people will verify it. They will give you your original receipt and your due book. And don't forget that only $1 US or $200 liberty you will pay every month. If you want to pay more than that, no problem. Because this party called CDC have to survive. And the mobile money number is 0886 097451.
Amanda, aweto. Amanda, aweto. Maipuye, Iliberia, Maipuye. Jowya. Double.
String.
Aha, y'all want it good. Put the giant right to take over.
Like
Y'all want it Robbie, Papa come here again. Y'all want it Rob, Papa Georgie come here again. Y'all want it Rob, Mama Joe come here again. Who want it Rossi, Tisha come here again. Now they walk on Giant coming soon. Better move it. I say you're better move your phone. It's about to get away. Only about to get away. We come here again.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you find yourself. Welcome to a very fresh edition of the CDC Hour. The CDC Hour is a 60-minute package of activities within the Congress for Democratic Change and Liberia at large, other issues affecting our country. Today is Monday, September 1, 2025, and we are here with a very fresh edition. The week starts afresh today, and we have very important topics to discuss today. The issue of the press conference, as was just few hours ago delivered by the chairman of the Congress for Democratic Change, Attorney Janga Augustus Coe, and coupled with other issues in the party. We're going to discuss it in the next 56 minutes. Sit keenly, listen in Radio Land. If you're watching via the Facebook Live, just go to Facebook and click on Kings FM and Cloud TV. You will watch it live and direct from the studios here at Kings FM 88.5. This plus much more will be coming up in the next 1 minute after a bit of our theme song.
We'll celebrate. It's a holiday, your moment. We'll celebrate. You be brothers in your way. We'll celebrate. Nothing you can tell us now. We'll celebrate. Nothing you get to tell us now. We'll celebrate. We are inside.
Thank you so much, and welcome back to the broadcast. This is the CDC Hour you're listening to. If you are in Radio Land, if you are tuned to Kings FM 88.5 and Facebook Live on the social media. If you are watching live, you can just press the share button so that you can share the video and invite other people to watch, as the next 53 minutes will be very fascinating here in studio. As a matter of fact, today, let's start this way. The Congress for Democratic Change, since the demolition of its headquarters, since the eviction of its headquarters illegally by the government of Liberia under the pretext of eviction and search and seizure warrant, it has been more than a week now. But today, because the party has been having series of consultation on the way to respond to the attack by the government on the party, on the political infrastructure of the CDC. And so finally today, the chairman of the CDC, sanctioned by the National Executive Committee of the party, delivered a very firing and powerful press statement in Monrovia at its temporary headquarters in Plumcore, Cinco, Montserrado County. That is the District 8 headquarters of the CDC in Cinco. Attorney Janga Ko, amongst other things, on behalf of the party, vehemently and categorically rebuffed accession, denied claims by the Liberian National Police and the government that they found arms and ammunition at the headquarters of the Congress for Democratic Change. As a matter of fact, it will interest you to note that Mr. Chairman said that contrary to the police report, the court sheriff's return to the court did not indicate any discovery of arms. So when the sheriffs come to evict somebody from a property, what they do is to file a return to the court from that eviction. And so as far as the court sheriff's return to the court is concerned, the court, according to the sheriff, did not discover any arms and ammunition on the grounds of the CDC. So the CDC is emphatic that those arms that were purportedly discovered at the CDC headquarters by the police were planted there by the same Liberian National Police. I repeat, the CDC made it categorically clear that the arms purportedly discovered at the headquarters of the Congress for Democratic Change were planted at the headquarters by the Liberian National Police. And so the police was in the habit during the eviction of the CDC, during the illegal eviction of the CDC headquarters, to have planted arms. Gregory Coleman, the Inspector General of Police, had instructed the guy, the 102, Nelson Freeman, to instruct his officers to plant arms and ammunition at the headquarters of the CDC. And so, as a matter of fact, it will interest you to note that, that when the police went to search in the particular room where they said to have discovered the arms, they did not carry along any journalist, any pressman with them. They did not carry any pressman with them. They went in the room supinely. They went in the room unilaterally and planted arms. They brought those arms out, and then they called the press, they called the journalists, and look, we have discovered arms. The CDC will not fall for that. The CDC categorically denies that. The CDC calls on the Liberian National Police to come clean, and apologize to the CDC and the Liberian people for having lied blatantly on the Congress for Democratic Change as discovering arms on the headquarters of the CDC. The police should desist because this does not augur well for our democracy. This does not augur well for the security sector. This does not augur well for professional policing. And so Nelson Freeman and Gregory Coleman will have to do everything possible. To make sure to train the Liberian National Police in a way that they will be professional. As a matter of fact, instead of the police going to evict the CDC as mandated by the government through an illegal procedure, the police went and instituted a gross act of looting. They looted the CDC's properties at the headquarters. So the police were involved in looting. They went and looted. Police officers could be seen live on camera looting wig caps. All right, the police could be seen on live camera looting wig caps. Okay, on the headquarters of the CDC. That is not professional policing, and that is intended to demean the image of the police. The police under Gregory Coleman has become complicit in criminality. The police is complicit in criminality under Gregory Coleman. How could the police have gone at the headquarters of the CDC instead of, despite instituting an illegal eviction and demolition of the CDC's headquarters and its properties? They went and got involved into wanton disregard for the rule of law and orchestrated massive looting at the CDC headquarters, looting the party's properties that we have acquired over the last 20 years at the national headquarters of the CDC. And so that was what the police did on the 23rd of August 2025. We believe strongly that the police is politicized, the police is partisan, and their partisan nature has led to such a national embarrassment to the national security forces of our country, where Gregory Coleman has unilaterally, alongside Nelson Freeman and the rest of the people, the rest of the folks in the hierarchical structure of the Liberian National Police, instituted thievery in the police forces. And at the end of the day, the police will go and cosmetically say they are suspending or dismissing police officers for having got involved in such wanton disregard for the rule of law. And we believe that Colonel Gregory Coleman and Colonel Nelson Freeman of the Liberian National Police should be reprimanded. They should be disciplined. They should be dismissed, in fact, effective immediately by the President of the Republic. I repeat, Gregory Coleman, the CDC is calling for the immediate dismissal of Gregory Coleman and Colonel Nelson Freeman from the Liberian National Police. Those are hardcore criminals who are in the police and defaming the good reputation of the police force. That too much resources have been spent on this police to train them from 2006 through the security sector reform procedures. Millions of dollars have been spent in the last 20 years, since 2005, 2006, to train this police force, to train the army, to train the Liberia Fire Service, and to train the Liberian Immigration Service personnel. But with Gregory Coleman at the helm of the Liberian National Police, the police has turned into a criminal organization. The police has turned into thieves. In fact, stealing a common thing like weak caps. So that's what the Liberian National Police did on the headquarters of the CDC on the 23rd of August 2025. While the eviction went on illegally, why do we term the eviction as being illegal? It's because the CDC still has two suits at the Supreme Court. We filed two suits for specific performance and what we call right of first refusal to buy. We submitted, we filed, we perfected those appeals at the Supreme Court after the Civil Law Court judge, Judge Smith, right, denied the fact. He did not even entertain argument into the petition filed by the CDC. Okay, he did not entertain argument. He just dismissed everything. He just dismissed the summary proceedings, and then he called for the eviction of the CDC headquarters. But 24 hours before the eviction of the headquarters and a subsequent illegal demolition, the CDC filed two suits at the Supreme Court. On specific performance and the right of first refusal to buy, because the landlord we were renting from, okay, or we are still renting from, because we still have a suit at the court, right? Ibrahima Vani Dempster had signed a document giving the CDC the right to first refusal to buy this property because we are the present occupant of the property itself. So if you want to sell it, the present occupant should be the first to contact to buy. If you leave us to go to sell to another person, we have the right under the law to take legal action against you. And so that's what Ibrahima Dempster did. He signed that document with the CDC, and later on, he forfeited on that, say he was not selling the property to us. Meanwhile, we had invested on this property millions of dollars over the last 20 years, during which we occupy the property. How applicable is that you will leave us, present occupants of the property, to want to sell it to another person because you have made yourself into a politician? You have entered the politics of the day. The government of Liberia, the Unity Party government, continues to use you as a political pawn, as a political puppet to get at the CDC, because President Boakai had once said that he intends to erase the CDC on the political map of Liberia, which is not even possible. Were that to happen, then President Boakai would be erased first from the surface of the earth, because the CDC is more than a party. The CDC is a movement. The CDC has come to stay. The CDC is a grassroots political movement deeply rooted into the minds and hearts of the people. How can we erase it? It is not possible. There's no possibility of doing that. And so President Boakai is bluffing. The government is bluffing when they say they want to erase the CDC from the surface of the earth. And in fact, fast forward, while the CDC demolition was being carried out, the police were using heavy-handed force, and they arrested, not arrested, but they abducted 17 members of our party. They abducted them. Nobody knew where they carried them until after a day or two, they were found to be at the CDC headquarters and different holding cells across Montserrat County. Some of them were taken to Zone 5, some of them were taken to Zone 4, some of them were taken to the CDC, the police headquarters, Central in Monrovia. Some of them were taken to the Slipway Depot, and incarcerated for no reason. They infringed on the rights of 17 of our partisans until the CDC sought their release. And thanks to the political leader of the CDC, Ambassador George Manneh, we are former president of this republic, being represented by his agents, Janga Kowo, who is the chairman of the CDC, and former Maritime Commissioner Eugene Len Nangbe. Okay, those were the people who interceded on the behalf of our partisans to be released. William Weir, the former commissioner in the township of West Point, was picked up. He was abducted but was later released on the intervention of our lawyers and through the instrumentality of former Maritime Commissioner Eugene Len Nangbe. So that is how the police is behaving. You absolutely cannot be infringing on the rights of people very trigger happily. Yesterday, a police officer discharged a firearms at Iron Gate checkpoint, injuring a citizen of Liberia. So the police is very happy, trigger happy, shooting people, killing people, brutalizing people all around. So this police is very unprofessional. This police is very ruthless, unprofessional, and heavy-handed. Gregory Coleman will have to seize these kinds of gross violation on the rights of the Liberian people. Gregory, let me tell you something. You are not the first police director. You will not be the last police director. There were police directors in this country who were more powerful than you are. Have you thought about Joe Tate, the famous Joe Tate, during the Charles Taylor administration? Did you learn in history? Have you flipped the pages of history to have learned about this guy, Dempster, right? Vonnie Dempster, who was police director under William R. Tolbert. Vonnie Dempster, who was police director under William R. Tolbert, because of his recklessness, because of his unprofessional conduct, right? A peaceful march, a peaceful protest in 1979, when Comrade Bacchus Matthews, Dale Mason, Dr. Tipote, and the rest of the guys had organized a march against the increase in the price of rice. Vonnie Dempster, being police director, gave an order where 3 to 4 civilians, peaceful, unarmed citizens, were shot and killed right around Gurley Street. That turned that entire protest into a very violent process that resulted into a riot, which was dubbed later as the 1979 Rest Riot. The Minister of Agriculture was then the late Florence Chenoweth. Okay, Florence Chenoweth was the Minister of Agriculture, and the decision to have increased the bag of rice from $22 to I think $30 for a bag. Okay, at that time, the current president of the republic, Joseph Boakai, was what? He was managing director of the LPMC. So he's one of the last surviving remnants of the True Week party. I mean, Joseph Boakai, he has been eating money for a very long time. He's been stealing money from this republic for a very long time. So, Gregory, you have to read, you have to flip the pages of history. But the CDC will not settle for anything less. The CDC will absolutely not cave into your political machination to turn the police to deform the police, not transform, but to deform the police into a political organization. To deform the police into a political organization targeting opposition people, targeting major opponents of the government. This is unacceptable, and it is intended to undermine the peace and security of the country. We have enjoyed relative peace over the last 21 years since the end of the war in 2003. We do not want a horrible memory. Gregory Coleman, we do not want a horrible memory. The CDC by itself as a political movement, we will remain abiding by the rule of law and the principles of good governance. But at the same time, we will absolutely not give any room to the government through the Liberian National Police and other security apparatus to trample on the rights and privileges of the CDC. You can take this to the bank. The country is for all of us, and we will exercise our rights. We will exercise our rights to be here. This country is not only for the government or the Unity Party. This country is for political parties, is for the civil society, and is for the press. In a nutshell, this country is for every Liberian. This country is for the Liberian people. So, Gregory, make no mistake. We will not be bullied into submission. The CDC will not be bullied into submission. And you know the strength of the CDC. Who told you we did not have the capacity or the following to have resisted the Liberian National Police, the salary delayed, some big uniform police from evicting our headquarters? We had that power, we had that sophistication, and we had the Liberian people on our side. But we as a party, we are a law-abiding organization. We are a law-abiding institution, very deeply rooted in the principles of good governance and our respect for the rule of law. But you cannot go to effect an illegal eviction. The first thing the police should have asked the court. The police should have asked the court. But when Judge Smith, in fact, when the court is going to evict people, they do not start with the police. What the court does is send a sheriff with an eviction order. When the sheriff goes and fails, then you can call for a backup, for an assistance from the police. But how could a judge sit in his chamber and just rule in favor of Dempster and then order for an eviction calling for the assistance of the police to carry out the eviction. No, it does not hold water. The judge was political. He missed the mark, and so the executive exploited what we call the judicial transition, right? Because at that time, on the 23rd of August 2025, the new Chief Justice had not taken over. And in fact, the whole judiciary was in limbo. Okay, it was just the new Chief Justice was just so the whole judiciary was in limbo. So they took advantage of the judicial transition to evict the CDC headquarters and demolish it. This is wrong. And it is not because one is a supporter of the government, but where there is wrong, we should say there is wrong. Where the government is wrong, we say the government is wrong. Even if you support them. So, Article 20B of the Liberian Constitution, while we had our appeal laying before the Supreme Court, Article 20B, once an appeal is before the Supreme Court, right? The lower court's decision is stayed. It's stayed. Meaning, once an appeal is filed to the Supreme Court, once an appeal is filed to the Supreme Court, it means the decision of the lower court should be placed on pause. That's what Article 20B says. And so it is only the Supreme Court that can come up with final judgment, because once the Supreme Court rules, the only place you can go is to go to God. And we know we can't reach to God. So, but this is the real issue. The government heavily backed and masterminded the eviction and demolition of the CDC headquarters. Oh, of course. And there where we are. But thanks to our partisans, thanks to all of you who support the CDC, thanks to all of you who have been there for the CDC, messages of condemnation, messages of empathy to the CDC has poured in since 23rd August. And we say to you, seditions, the eviction of your headquarters has reinvigorated you. It should reinvigorate you. It should unite you. The eviction of your headquarters should unite you around one purpose, that is to make George Weah president, to bring the CDC back to power in 2029. This eviction, if you were ever divided, on sectional lines, we call upon all of you to unite, to come together under one mutual respect for each other. Tell your friends, tell your brother, say, brother, partisans, let's come together. Let's get united, because these people mean to infringe on your rights for the next 4 years, 4 months. The next 4.4 years, the government is determined to trample on the rights of citizens, whether at your party headquarters or even in your community. It will be at your job site. They will hunt you. They will take you out of your jobs only because you are a sedition, because According to them, you are not a human being. You are not a citizen. You have no God-given right to live. So they take that job from you. They run behind you, chase you in your community. They chase you at your job site. They chase you everywhere. And they tell you that you don't have the fundamental rights. You don't have the fundamental right to employment. You don't have the right to liberty. You don't have the right to exist, to live as a human being in your own country, only because, according to them, you are a sedition. You have to defy that odds. We call upon you to defy that odd. Seditions, I'm calling on you. This is the time. Pick up the broken pieces. Pick up the broken pieces, seditions, and run with it. The CDC is about to do big things. The CDC is about to do new things. We are about to do something not too many political parties in this country has done. In fact, it will be very, very unprecedented. Seditions, we have been told in the communities, we have been told on the radios, we have been told on social media by seditions and well-wishers of this party. The seditions are telling us, supporters of George Weah and the CDC are telling us that, look, when the party headquarters, the new headquarters, when the new sites, when groundbreaking is being done for the new headquarters, they say, we will put our cement back on our heads and march on the streets of Monrovia to carry our bags of cement to the new sites where the CDC headquarters is to be built. Seditions are telling us that, and that is what you need to do. We have able-bodied men, women who have been telling us that, look, Ishaka Sharif, when the ground is broken for the construction of the new CDC edifice, the new CDC headquarters, the new home of our party, a lady told me that, look, Ishaka, I will put my cement bag on my head and walk for more than 1 hour to go to that site and drop it. People say they will buy steel rods and carry them. People are saying that they will carry crush racks. People say they will carry dump trucks of sand, crush racks. This is the level at which seditions love their party. And so if you do not find yourself in that quadrant, it means that you are left behind. You have to do catch up. You have to catch up with the other people because the people mean it. Seditions mean it. Seditions mean it. So the government is not thinking about governing. They are not concerned about governing. They are not concerned about the bread and butter issues. They are not concerned about the hike in the prices of commodities. No, the government is thinking about 2029. The government, instead of governing, instead of development, instead of instituting development into the country, they are thinking about election of 2029. And that's why, because once you are thinking about the next election, you will forget about governance. You will forget about governance. What you will do is you will chase your major political opponents. You will chase your opponents on grounds that you see them as a major threat. And the CDC is always a major threat to the Unity Party. We are a threat to their power. We are a threat to their wealth. And so they will do everything to get at you. So you need to be very careful. Watch your backs, seditions. Watch your backs. The demolition of the CDC headquarters should institute a new vigor, new life, new energy into your spines. Seditions, develop the spine now, and the time is now. not later than now. Develop the spine, develop the fortitude, develop the tenacity to come out for your party. These guys have failed. The government has failed miserably. In the news, in the last 24 hours, you have been seeing on Facebook and hearing in the news, the General Auditing Commission, the guys are just stealing. $2.8 million has vanished from the Ministry of Finance. 2.8 million United States dollars has vanished from the Ministry of Finance when parents cannot afford to send their children to school. In fact, statistics is showing that more than 40% of students that were in school last year will drop this year. They will not go to school because the country is very difficult. There's no economic activity going on in the country right now. The economy is stagnated and the guys are merrymaking. The guys at the top there have increased their salaries, leaving civil servants. So while civil servants are languishing in abject poverty, earning less than 150 United States dollars a month, even though the Ministry of Finance would say nobody is earning $150 a month, but even at that, the guys have increased the salaries and benefits of ministers, assistant ministers, deputy ministers, director generals, and the rest of their people at the state-owned enterprises. They have increased their salaries. And you, the civil servants, you are left. There's no top up in your salaries. The guy said they were reversing harmonization. We are in 20 months now. There's a 21st month, right? 21st month of the government. That is 1 year, 9 months into the administration. They cannot top up your salary. Instead of topping up your salary, meanwhile, they are increasing their own salaries. Assistant minister salaries now are not like what they met that George Weah left. Assistant minister salaries now, deputy minister salaries now are not what George Weah government left. The minister salaries have been topped up. And so this is the level at which the guys are looting the country, and they are taking you for granted. They are taking you to be nothing. So this is where we are. You are listening to, if you are in Radio Land, you are listening to the CDC Hour on Kings FM 88.5. If you are watching live on Facebook, please just press the share button so that you can share the video so that other people can be able to watch, so that more people can join the show. John Ndabo is watching. Maurice Krumah. Josephine Swa is watching. Jala Wilson Johnson is watching. The rest of the guys, Fatou Sharif, you are watching. All of you, welcome. Patience, Peter Lynn Gawo Roberts is watching as well on the live feed. Oscar Ziegben is watching from Gompa City, Nimba County. And all of you, please press the share button to share the video so that other people can be able to watch. If you are there, you are listening to the CDC Hour on Kings FM 88.5. You can now begin to place your calls on 0772 239933 086 3044 97 0777 only for female. Only for female. 0777 the other two numbers are 0772 239933 086 3044 97. Let's go straight to the line to talk to our first caller. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Please be audible.
Yeah, I'm Akadiatu Sherif from District 5.
Akadiatu Sherif, let's hear you.
Good for you to, the way you make Greco Common know to say police can pass in a country that strong passes. It's good for you to remember that. So the day the government are in power, all I want to get. So it's good to gain give me warning. Yeah. Thank you, Papa.
Thank you, Kadia to Sharif.
Yeah.
Let's take another caller. Hello.
Ishaka Sharif. Good afternoon. Good evening to you.
Mabenu from West Point.
Friend, I'm from West Point. Ishaka Sharif. That money not low. Now the money what the man teacher they take people again to other country that the money down there, but they don't want to tell the truth. Our money not lost. No, our money not lost. But we the solution. We are together. We be one. We are together in West Point. We are together. They say one hour more pass. We all our together. We constitution and we care there to make our party together. Everybody will pushing us. We are together, Papa. We will sit to it on it now. We will be fit to 1-0. We will be 0-1, but we will be fit to 1. Inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you, Mabenu. Let's talk to another caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, let's hear you.
Freeman, I'm calling from Mount Basket.
Yes, Freeman, let's hear you. Please reduce the volume of your radio before I cut you off.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Yes, hello?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
Yeah, okay. I want to speak on an issue that happened to the headquarters there. Because for me, I hear they said that the time they were doing the breaking down of that headquarters, they put stop to the journalists not to enter. It was the time that they were planning that arm for them to just bring it on and say, we found arm in CDC headquarters. For me, that's what I know about. Thank you for the time.
Thank you so much. So you can call and just contribute. Let's go to the line to talk to another caller. Hello.
Good evening, Shaba.
Good evening, CDC Pape.
Hey. Today, our diploma, the pay correct. When you go there, now you see that, yeah, we are ready. So we'll be ready and keep yourself worker from our way. 2023, 2024, 5, 6 now. Enough, 10 years forever. Let me do what they want to. But one day will come, they will bring the iron and they will not be able to look at someone else. But we will move them from power. We will not do nothing to them. We are all Liberians. Thank you.
Thank you, CDC Pape. Let's take another caller. Hello.
Hello, my brother.
Yeah, let's hear you. What's your name?
Yeah, Rama, come on to Papa.
Okay, Magoma, let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you plenty. Thank you. When I will, but now to come. Thank you plenty for our party. Thank you plenty. Thank you plenty. We are and we are ready to do our party headquarters. What are the what are the things? We will bring it. We will be people that will bring up our children. We all will live right and I'm out on camera. Thank you, President.
Thank you for calling. Let's take another caller. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Ishaka.
Yeah, good evening, Spencer Mohammed.
Yeah, good evening to the chief officer of local campus.
Okay, Mohammed Donzo.
This comment was very, if it was very simple, I just imagine the water administration there. I wonder, who is making power? If you do that kind is another problem, if you do that kind of problem, the inauguration day is conceded. Since that day, Ishaka, everything is there, head of Shaka. I can very wonder. So really, you got very strong. Look at the simulation of our party for us. I thought that process it's shocking. I thought, what is this? Really? If you are asking this in this way, have a real a leader, you shall tell the family, this is the one of the biggest political party in this country. You can't do the that's what you do that, about the party already.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's go to the line to talk to another caller.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Well, my name is Liva Sani. I'm following you this evening from Chicken Park, Instagram series. Well, thank you for your show. Am I there?
Yes, I'm getting you.
Okay, I said thank you. Well, for me, what I want to recommend to you people is that King FM alone, not the only radio station. I'm begging you people, the media arms should extend to Voice of Liberia, Voice of Liberia, and that of freedom. Because citizens are listening to those stations, and to some of those stations are really outside Monrovia. So the people will be getting the message. Because this is why we were defeated before. These guys, their propaganda arm is strong more than us. So we have to work on that. Thank you, David, for following the time of your program.
Okay, thank you for calling.
Yeah.
We have another caller. Hello?
Yeah, my name is Morris. Calling from Joe.
Yes, let's hear you, Morris.
Yeah, thank you for the show. Just about president, for me, the problem how the party, our propaganda arm is not very working. Yeah, the problem how the party.
I think you should be, Morris. I think you should be appreciating us for the work we do here.
For you.
Not only me, there are a lot of different people on different radio stations. They are doing well. I think you should commend them for that.
Every day, 3 days a week, and listen to you well, I need to take you many yourself to be educated to be from you. You know, when I say, but I'm gone. I just want to see you be better working. I'm going to 5 or 6 years ago, and go keep you on that. So if you the police, you want to stop all of your mind from the Vietnam, and I want to get happen. They want to be working at there. Is it? I'm working at there. Because the party will say to go, we're going to send you to prep our party every day. Every day. So thank you for your show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the call. Let's take another caller. Hello.
Yeah, this Oscar Ziegler calling from Gompa City.
Oscar Ziegler, my own man from Gompa City. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Iseka, we listen to what you said and this the police director and the 102, is that 102 first time? I think he did it in 2015 or 2016, I make a mistake. And we take it life for him. And we'll keep the power, we feel that all of us are Liberians. We should work together for unity. But they are taking the advantage that they feel that they are the only rooster in the country. When they crow, nobody should crow. But I want also talk to our physicians. Let us remain united and see how 2029 we can be together to defeat for life. But Isiaga, I want to recommend to you again. The Unity Party has their radio station all over in the country. Like Brett is not in the Monrovia alone. So you people who are the general who has also the leadership of the CDC, you make sure that we have radio station in most of the countries to relay what you are saying there, so all people can listen to it. This company will always make it. When we say, they all wait. Every day is campaign day. So let's see how to put against the play. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Oscar from Gompa City. Okay, something happened today at the headquarters in Plumco, at the district 8 headquarters in Plumco. A lady who lives in district number 9. That lady cooked over 60 bags of rice. 60 cups of rice. Yeah, hello. Okay, I'll come back to this story. Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Sherry.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, I want to commend you for the way you are doing a patient grave on tomorrow.
Oh, Patience, how are you?
Yeah, Mr. Sherry. You don't need to fool anybody or encourage somebody. When you sell off, you go in the market. When they're not buying, you really party people come to say they buy. Everybody seeing the house in the country. Everybody seeing it. In the interior, everyone you don't get radio set, but you see the house, you know to the now. I don't vote. Everybody seeing the house. You see, I got.
And Patience, the president said, the president himself said the country is hard.
Okay, president said, so you want for citizens to say a hard or not hard, we just for yourself in the market, you feeling it? 2020 now we will get there. Citizens will be federal 2020 now. Because the government, they already spotted that the booking the power will last and it carry on. So don't see the oil around the place. We talking, they say, you will talk for 6 years. We'll talk for 6 years. Then they said, we are for 6 years. So we eat that.
Yeah, we is thank you so much. Thank you. I like that. Let's take another caller. Hello.
Yeah, hello, Ishaka. How are you?
God manning me here.
We thank God for life. You know, that whole thing about all these CDC headquarters, our headquarters, is a charade. They don't say your money won't know that it's a fake. That's why last year, when the carry around to configure policy, they want to do that around our education for the meetings to start about God before in CDC headquarters. It's a complete lie. Everybody knows it's a complete lie. Thank you for the program.
Thank you for calling. Let's take another caller. Hello.
Good evening. This is Edmond Carr. Ishaka, how you doing?
Edmond, let's hear you, my brother.
Yeah, the institution that keep focus because I don't understand. The people can be so angry, they can be so vexed, but they yet not they stay following our show. You see me? I used to be on APC throughout the week on the town. We lost that election. When I'm looking for a station, I get into APC, I can fly to pop out there. Because I want to hear their life. I can do my thing. Just stay away from us. When say the poor outside will not get anywhere to be again, it's okay. So just leave us alone. And we are prepared. We're waiting for the day we feel that will be announced for our groundbreaking ceremony. That the day you will see us, we'll even advise the party that they should not be fast to buy material yet. Because that can be a groundbreaking, will be coming with our shower, will be coming with our digger, will be coming with our weapon. That didn't wait yet. After the groundbreaking,
Edmond,
the day you will see us.
Edmond,
we are stupid.
Edmond, a group of partisans told me that Mr. Sheriff, on that day of the groundbreaking, they said we will throw our one bag of cement on our heads and march on the street.
That's it.
Straight to the side.
That's it. So they don't be informed. They will not rush to buy anything after the groundbreaking ceremony. Because everything will bring it for the program. We'll come in with different stuff. Let them be there. They will be again on our day.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Edmond. Thank you. Let's take another caller. Hello. Hello. Yeah, let's hear you.
Let me explain that that was placed on the CDC headquarters is not a treatment at all there. Nobody will be stupid here. We are prepared and we getting ready for 2029 and we get ready for the president return of the national country to war. So you know the party that is that is 2029. Then we get 2023, 2029 is one blow for them. One minute we get them for power. Now we so what to go and we go to them now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's take the last caller and call it a day. If there is no caller, then let me end this story. You know, a lady today called Lao Gowala. I think she's from Lofa. Yes, she's from Lofa, Loma. Lao Gowala cooked over 60 cups of rice. I mean, that's 125 kg bag. That lady took her own money, cooked the food, kettle tobogi, and she carried it to the headquarters. She distributed that food, and people who could eat, ate. People who could get filled. And at the end of the day, she was very happy for spending her own money to cook for her fellow citizens to eat. You know, that is the trademark of CDC people. So, and she has promised to continue that whenever she gets money. You know, so that is her story. That's what she did today as her own contribution to members of her party, to her fellow partisans. So every good thing must come to an end. And on that note, we have come to the end of today's edition of the CDC Hour. The next time you see us here will be on Wednesday, when we shall be here with a very fascinating edition of the show. Until then, my name is Ishaka Sheriff. I'm your presenter. I tell you bye-bye. You
parezingue away.